Hello, welcome to the first edition of Design Dialogue with Shweta. This is powered by Delight Global. Hyderabad is a city that has sort of changed pretty drastically, very quickly. Its architecture carries ambition, memory of how we lived, gathered and welcomed people. Today we have with us some distinguished guests who not only have grown with the city but have importantly worked with it. Renu and Siraj shaped the language of hospitality at a time when generosity mattered more than spectacle. Architect Yashwant Ramamurthy works in a very fragile space with, loss, revival, asking how a city remembers and repairs itself. And from Tostem, we have a perspective with Mr. Kannan that's to see how Hyderabad's shift towards precision and performance have changed. Together, they allow us to reflect on where the city has come from and where it might be headed. This is not a conversation just about nostalgia. It's about responsibility to place memory and the future of what we are shaping. So my first question is to you, Renu ma'am. First, let me tell you, you've been a diva for I think generations that have grown up in Hyderabad. And you've brought a very personal, strong style statement in the way you dress to the spaces you designed. So when Hyderabad was so much slower and less image driven, how did you find the confidence to trust your own aesthetic?
A little difficult to say that because I think maybe I was born with it. And as initially, obviously, the confidence doesn't come till you do some work and you appreciate it and stuff like that. Designing, in any case, was part of me kind of a thing, because after finishing college, the first thing that we did was I used to design clothes.
Ah, is that
Yes,
so?
because there was nobody who would recognize an architect, and especially as a lady architect. Okay, so it was, so I had a boutique called Exotica, which I started with a friend of mine, then slowly moved to designing furniture, and then got back into the actual profession.
Ashwant sir, craft is often slow, imperfect and deeply local. In a city that's sort of racing forward, what does it take today to convince clients about, the whole idea of memory and making this still matter?
Okay, so when we work in craft, ironically, it comes back to customization. And today is the world of customizing things and doing bespoke design. And nothing can be more bespoke than actually creating craft for a specific interior. So that's one of the ways that we promote craft and craftsmanship. Also, to be able to explain that craft is such a beautiful thing. It's a combination of what you think through your heart and with your hands. And when people realize that so much has gone into making this piece of craft, and yet it's anonymous, it's not signed by an artist like M.F. Hussain.
True.
Then they realize the value of investing money and time into using craft in their interiors. But you can't always be very old-fashioned with craft. You have to innovate. We have to do a lot of design intervention to bring craft into the contemporary idiom of design.
Yes, that is so beautifully put.
Which is
This is for
Yes.
you. After designing, we know you as the hotel restaurant man, right? I mean, I'm sure there's so
That's
much
where
more.
you started from, yes.
But after designing so many hotels and public spaces, where in Hyderabad do you think you go, and if that space exists, where it feels deeply personal and sort of untouched by time?
Well, if you ask me that, I would say, when you're talking about this, you're talking about a memory. You're talking about something you've grown up with. You're talking about something you're actually, we attach to all our projects, but there's somewhere very special because every project has a story behind. And I can tell you the story also if you have the time.
Yes, all yours.
Now those are the days when I was in Bangalore already and she was here. And there was a group of friends here who we knew very well, Vinod Reddy and the son of the chief minister at that time, Janardhan Reddy's son, and Shyam Reddy, and Mohan Reddy and all. So somebody told me, guys, Raj, you do so many pubs and all, and I've already by that time we had done the Black Cadillac in Bangalore, which was a hit, and which won us many awards. We did a lot of pubs there and blah 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 and all that, and it started off with that. Of course, we were doing hotels also, but a pub, a small project is become you become very attached to it. But then a small project was a big revenue earner. And so everybody saw that, and someone told me that, look, there is a pub here that's open. He said, no, that's a very British pub, very British pub. I said, why? I'd love to see it. Because pub basically is British.
Correct. When do you think this whole shift, you started seeing the shift in Hyderabad's scale of work where people started demanding for performance, longevity, precision? When do you think this happened in your
See, it all happened when the architecture started becoming lighter and the buildings becoming bigger, right? So, the walls started getting replaced with glass, right? So, typically, originally, when you talk about windows, a few years ago, 15 years ago, it was like a timber window or a site-made aluminum windows, right? But then that had its own limitations in terms of you have to find a good carpenter, you have to get a good timber, then season it, then make the window in the site, it messes up the whole place and all. So that's when, and then after the window is made also, you wouldn't be sure whether it is perfect in terms of sealing, whether it allows water to come inside or dust goes inside. So all those issues were there. So that's when I got associated with the window industry in 2006. We brought in this UPVC window at that time, where it is a factory-made window, prefabricated in the factory, then bring it here. When we went and approached the clients, they used to mock at us saying that, "Pagal hai kya? Koi plastic cut use karta hai kya khidki mein?" That's the kind of objections we used to have. But then once we started making the window, and which has got an inbuilt water drainage mechanism and all the other functional items into it, that's when the whole thing shifted. So now you don't have to wait for an artisan to come and make a window. It is all made outside in the factory and comes and gets fitted into the site. So that's how the whole thing shifted, and the window sizes started becoming bigger. Then you need to have a good material which kind of holds the system and then gives you the functionality. So that's how the whole system evolved. We also, as a person from the industry, we also evolved. We moved from wood to local aluminum, then to PVC. Now again we are coming back to the system aluminum. Now again it is slowly shifting to premium timber. So
we continue the conversation. I think he can then stop there. So thank you all so very much.
And thank you for having us over. It was really interesting.
Thank you, Shweta, for making me sit along with this elite panelist.
No, go on. There's no elite here. Nobody's elite.
Thank you.
But we really went down